nod to status. Some of his better games last week were on Glaive. I mean, well, he played phenomenally all week last week, but it's a very powerful pick for him. So Captain's going to be the pick. Does allow Hammers to get the Captain's pick, which could be game-changing. Tribe's going to take Lyra. Gets sustained. Baptiste banned. Now, I'm surprised by this, Daname. Talk a little bit. I don't particularly know Hammers is famous for playing that Roam Baptiste or even Jungle Baptiste.
I don't know if you have to be famous for not letting a Catherine Baptiste combination come through.
Well, we've seen Catherine Baptiste combinations get beat. I mean, so it doesn't have that unbeatable record.
It's pretty rare that it gets beat, though. And a Kroll ban comes out of Hammers, which is obviously giving credit to how well Tigers played on that hero last game. But that's going to give T-Tigers his Kashka, and Catherine's actually a pretty good pick into Kashka, so we'll have to see what ends up going on with that. We'll have to see what Hammers decides to pick up. That Idris is available again, but Holy maybe not having the best performance on that hero last game, so definitely going to be interesting to see how they move forward in this one.
Yeah, Kashka is kind of a nod to take that away from status as well. Like, right? Like, this is Tribe's formula. Is like, all right, we know status is still a threat. Let's make sure we take it out. Kestrel's going to be picked up. This could be status actually on the Kestrel.
It could be. I think it would be pretty risky. I think that's going to be Poli in the lane on Kestrel would be my bet. Kashka just can snowball a Crystal Kestrel in the jungle so easily that it would not be a safe pickup for them. I'd almost expect to see something like possibly a Samuel come out here, maybe a Reza. Okay, so Samuel is going to be that pick, though.
Yeah, this definitely means Polly's going to be playing Kestrel, and I guess the one glimmer of hope for Hammers here is that for every top-ranked player, all of them know how to play Kestrel. It's like that one hero that you just have to master because it's so powerful when you're in ranked. And so
yeah, but I think this is going to be a Dienzio Vox at this point, and that's something that I never want to go against personally.
It could be. We've seen it pull out Ringo. Scarf's still available, and likely not going to pick up Scarf since you have the Kashka. But, we could see a Ringo play as well. It's something he likes to pick deep pocket. Vox maybe makes more sense, but with Blackfeather, wow. Not expecting that. We'll have to see how Dienzio plays it.
Yeah, Blackfeather's really good at getting to mages on the back line, so this pick does make sense. However, it does put you in a vulnerable spot where a Catherine Silence could be incredibly effective on your team. So overall, I think both drafts are good. And I do think I have to give the edge to Tribe, obviously, again, playing with their starting lineup and being on a composition that requires synergy. And that's something that we really saw so well out of them over the past couple weeks, including even back to the last week, the Vainglory 8 last season. So I think they might have what it takes to pull it off. But it is obviously very dangerous for the melee heroes to be on that front line, as Samuel and Kestrel can make short work of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, with that, we will be getting ready for this game in just a few moments. As you guys can see, the draft concluded, and we should be jumping into, hopefully, game number 2 as soon as we are ready to start. So, when you look at the compositions and what each team's win condition is to nominate, it looks like there is a win condition for Hollywood Hammers. Obviously, Pauly's got to have to step up and play really, really well. But for Tribe, how are they going to play their win conditions? Is it early aggression? I mean, it seems like that's what the composition is built for.
Kashka does need to steal away as much as she can in the early game, but as far as the mid to late game fights go, again, it's going to be about how synergized Dienzio and T-Tigers are going on to what's very likely going to be status. It'd be very risky for them to dive onto Poli since he can disengage in the middle of the fight. So they're very likely just looking to find a quick kill onto the Samuel, and from that they should be able to push the rest of the fight.
All right. Well, good feedback. We're just about ready to jump into the fold. Again, everybody, watching the Vainglory 8 powered by Vis. Make sure you guys follow us on Twitter as well. I mean, we appreciate the support, as we love to bring you guys tournaments from Challengers, Vis Pro, and, of course, Vainglory 8. All right, let's jump into it as we get live onto the fold, as Hollywood Hammers now switches over to the B side as they take on Tribe. Up 1 game, 2 Hammers. We'll see if Hammers can pull it. Really getting a point would be huge here. They actually ended the last week in 3rd place, so they've still got a decent amount of points here.
Yeah, I mean, even if they're able to pick up 1 point in this game, it would be absolutely huge for them moving forward. As obviously Immortals looking to get some points that they didn't get last weekend, and that is a early engagement here coming out of Hammers over this Elder Treant.
Yeah, they just want to start their rotation from the front side. Looks like they're going to get that Elder Treant. Goes over to Poly, actually, which is going to help them. And they're going to just rotate the entire back juggle together, which is, again, a pretty unique strategy. Chicken is going to have to be careful as the whole team from Tribes are looking to come out. It does have that Merciless Pursuit as a way to get away. Uh-oh. But here comes T-Tigers. He's going to have to use his boots. And this could be very risky for Hammers, actually, because they're pretty compromised here as you're going up against a very strong Tribe. Tribe looking to move in. A lot of damage. The Samuel actually is able to get a lot onto max screen, but they get first blood. And now, oh, Status. He's exposed. He's going to be able to, he's going to take the full force of Tigers and Dienzio together. And they clear out most of their farm, but they do give up some. And Tribe already with the quick 2 kills.
And Kochka's early aggression is absolutely huge, and they've been doing such a good job on it. And, you know, overall, again, this is a signature hero for T-Tigers, so I expect him to make those early invades and really capitalize on the positional mistakes of Hammers. And so far, he's done a good job doing so.
Yeah, he's definitely using that aggression to his advantage. It's one of the things, especially against the Samuel, in level 1 Samuel at that. So, or it was a level 2 early Samuel. Now, when you see Status, he's getting some of those mouse and bursts on. Oh, but he's just not able to get it. There's a defensive contract to try to help keep Status alive, but unfortunately, Status is going to drop. T-Tigers gets that sigil from Max Green, so he's going to be able to heal up and take all of this farm. And Hammers, again, just really getting blown up here in this game early.
Yeah, and Poly, it didn't look like secured his farm there. Obviously, dropping to T-Tigers, maybe not the most ideal situation. He was already low from a good engagement out of Dienzio, and now with a double wave here in the lane mini candy, it actually remains of a triple wave here. This is going to be a pretty sizable threat for Chicken now to deal with.
Tribe going to rotate to the jungle again. Status, poor Status, just unable to find anything. He does get a lot of damage on the Tigers. T-Tigers very low. He drops. And oh, finally a kill going over to Hammers. Unfortunately, he doesn't get the Treant to boot. And Dienzio is going to find a Chicken who's going to race back up to lane away from what could have been potential damage here. So they do find a kill, Dienzio, Denominate. T-Tigers maybe being a little bit too greedy.
Yeah, he was very low on health, so for him to go in at that point was all greed. Literally all greed. Chicken is doing a good job racking up these stacks on Catherine, so it's him from getting taken down early on in the fight. There's not really a whole lot of poke out of the side of Tribe, so it's not really the biggest benefit. We'll just have to see, you know, what Holy and Status are going to be able to do. Obviously, they need to get to a point that they can get into the lane and push down objectives as much as possible. Tigers looking to clear out some of this jungle. Will they be able to find it? Oh, Holy with a good glimmer shot.
Yeah, nice glimmer shot to secure it, and that's what they got to start doing continuously. They've got to kind of creep back into a striking distance with gold because their items are a little bit behind. Nobody has any tier 3 items yet, but Tribe is much closer to building some. So, you know, if you're Hammers, you've got to be very conscious of that. Make sure you don't let this, you know, like a turret objective or a gold miner go over too early. Now that the Crystal Sentry is up too, I think it's going to help a little bit for Hammers as far as dealing with that Kochka.
Yeah, the changes to the Crystal Sentry obviously does a little bit less damage on a slow. And the hero that, you know, really has the best advantage based on her movement. That's, you know, really a good point here for Hammers. It should provide some safety to a degree at least for Samuel.
Ooh, Dienzio, he gets caught up, takes a lot of damage. He's going to get away. Oh, but Status keeps following. Does he get another Mouse and Burst? He does. I think Dienzio is able to heal up a little bit. Had to use his health flask. And that's going to probably force... Oh, he's going to go back up the lane after a sigil from Max Green. So he's able to heal back up. This is where a healer's so powerful. Even against a Catherine support, really is difficult to take someone down to low health and expect him to go away. You know, like they're going to be able to get back into the fight. And bad rotation from Hammers leaves their turret open. It's going to be Tribe taking this very critical first objective. D'Angelo finds Status, locks onto him. There's no Drifting Darkness this time. Status is trying to weave around those on points, but oh, he misses the one, but he is going to be dropped. It is a nice engagement. Tribe looking to try to find another one. They do find Chicken going low, Polly going high as D'Angelo tries to dive under 2 turrets. Thinks twice about it as he moves back down. They're going to be happy clearing out this Crystal Sentry and the rest of Hammer's farm.
Yeah, I think we have to really give a lot of credit to D'Angelo here. 52 CS to Foley's 28 right now. Obviously a huge advantage right now for the side of Tribe.
T-Tigers gets blown up. He actually didn't get any of the farm from that rotation either. So, nice stun by Chicken. Hold Status back just, T-Tigers back just for a second. Oblivion's gonna miss. Max Green's gonna get out of there okay. Ollie's gonna be able to push this lane up a little bit now and take some of the pressure off. Not a bad look. We'll go back down Status, just trying to get some of his farm. I don't think Zio's there. He could contest. Actually does go in, but he's going for Status. Better watch out though, because here comes the stun. Blocks it with the Rose Offensive, but he's taking so much damage. Great job by Status to stay right on the edge of the Drifting Darkness. One more auto attack from Chicken will do it. And down he goes. So this is actually D'Anzio's first death in this game. Not so bad. The wave was also pushed up, so that's a really good trade for Hammers. They kind of help alleviate some of this pressure that Tribe's been raining on them.
Yeah, they absolutely are doing a fantastic job. This is actually closer than I thought it was going into these games. Overall, T-Tigers has the Aftershock, so it's a pretty big burst coming out of the Kafka here, and D'Angelo has opted to go with the Serpent's Mask first item. Now, as Tony will push back into the lane, he has caught up quite a bit on farm, sharing some of that jungle with Status. T-Tigers is pretty sizably ahead in the jungle as well.
D'Angelo is all by himself. I don't think he's going to be all this because there's a gold mine starting up. Hammers is actually in a really awkward position. They're kind of wedged where they can wedge, but D'Angelo's going to come in right on top of Polly, and Polly just gets blown up. There's a nice protector contract plus the healing blast, but Kashka comes in with the young Captain Frenzy, gets the stun and the kill. Could this be an ace? Chicken's the last man standing. Chicken goes down, and Tribe. Unbelievable synergy right now as they get the clean ace onto Hammers, and they're going to push up. They don't even need the gold miner yet. They're going to be able to get that later as they're able to take another turn objective.
Yeah, it's a really comfortable spot for Tribe to be in, as siege composition should really be up at turrets in this point in the game. So to be behind is a very difficult spot to come back from. Obviously, D'Angelo with 1,300 gold in his pocket is going to be looking to shop here very, very soon. Interesting to see if he keeps that flask or if he sells it out. It's gone, and he picks up some more lifesteal with that Barbie, looking to go into a Poison Shiv for his next item.
Yeah, Hammers, they just really need to length this game without giving up too much gold. Unfortunately, with the gold miner now being secured by Tribe, that's not looking good. The longer this game goes on, you will see Kestrel and Samuel become a little bit even in damage to this Blackfeather. The weapon Blackfeather obviously is going to be very slippery, but with a Kestrel and a Catherine, D'Angelo could potentially get locked up. The challenge is that, this game is moving so quickly in Tribe's favor, and just like that, you do see a portal right on top of Tribe. Oblivion comes out, Polly gets deleted, the Captain Frenzy, it's blocked, but Status is dropping low. You see Blackfeather, he keeps moving all the way through. Status tried to dodge it. Oh, unable, even as he headed into a sanctuary to avoid death. And now another turret likely to go in favor of Tribe. Oh, actually, they're going to just pass it up to clean the lane. They probably could have cleared it off, but they're not going to risk it with a Catherine there under turret. Another rotation down. Going to secure the Crystal Sentry this time around. And Denominate, this is looking... Oh, but we have another engagement. Hammers moves in. They saved their Crystal Sentry, at least for another day.
Yeah, they have with that minion candy. It's only now taking a lot of damage. Status finds a kill onto Kashka, though.
Yeah, and he might find one onto Max Green. These Mouths and Verdict, so much damage coming out. And again, keeping their Crystal Sentry alive is very important. So actually a trade. They do, of course, lose some farm. We're going to see D'Angelo is going to go in. Oh, nice stun. He tries to block it. He's a little bit too late. Status tried to find something. Unfortunately, D'Angelo with that heal from the Serpent's Mask is just able to, I'm sorry, Poison Shiv and the Serpent's Mask is able to get all of that sustain right back. Takes out Status. Not a problem at all. 2 steps forward, 5 steps backwards has been the issue with hammers this series.
Yeah, so far that's really been the way that it's looked. Again, Blackfeather, a really good pick into those backline mages, and you saw it right there. Even in the 2v1, D'Enzio was able to clean up Status. Now it is going to be, we're just trying to find some gold as T-Tigers is stealing even more of it away. 83 CS here on T-Tigers. More than D'Enzio and almost as much as Poli. Or no, more than Poli as well. So T-Tigers actually more CS than both laners.
T-Tigers trying to go in again. Chicken actually goes for his second tier 3 item. He goes for, oh, yeah, we missed that. It happened so fast.
Yeah, it was like 3 basic attacks from Costco was able to bring him down. And so that is another kill now, 15-4. Here comes Tribe, and they blow Status up. Will he make it out? He will not. And now with Chicken locked up, unable to block that Yummy Catnip Frenzy, that will now be Tribe, turning their attention onto this turret. Ace Wave is here. Holy is alive, but there's nothing he can do to save his turret at this point.
Yeah, really unfortunate for the side of hammers here. This whole series has been very, just so much damage. Max Green does take a 1-shot as Chicken goes in. He's got the Echo. I haven't seen Chicken use the Echo. There's a silence. He's going to use the Echo for the silence again. I'm sure he probably could have used it for the stun and gotten more bang for the buck. There's going to be a kill going over to Tribe again. As you see Polly, he just gets getting caught out. Unable to live through these fights. And, D'Enzio looking to try to find Status. Kind of risky. There comes the Drifting Darkness. A nice stun onto Zio. He's going to keep him locked up. Is he going to go down? He does get some of the heal. He's going in. One more Malice and Verdict should do it. Oh, but he gets the kill. It's a trade. But not a bad look for D'Enzio.
No, not at all. And D'Enzio's got to be pretty happy with that one. He was in a situation where he was going to die either way. So even taking down one was absolutely huge for them. But he was able to do so. And with no Kraken on the board and Status being down, there's nothing either of these teams can really do. Tiger's just going to return to his jungle. Almost 100 CS on this Koshka, so far ahead. Almost actually at full build here as he gets an Atlas Pauldron and then one last item. We'll have to see what the item ends up being though, Dragon.
Yeah, we'll have to see. If you're Tribe, you do want to end the game quickly. You do want to end this. I mean, 13 minutes, this is a perfect position to be in if you're Koshka, T-Tigers. 109 CS. He actually has more CS than any other player in the game, which is wild. Absolutely insane. And this guy, T-Tigers just not stopping. Won't stop, can't stop. And I will say the risk is if T-Tigers goes down early, D'Enzio might not have the damage to clean it up, but it hasn't been a problem so far. We see D'Enzio goes in. There's a nice passage going through. They're all locked up. There's a silence coming out, but it's not going to be enough to keep Polly alive. And now, just like, oh no, sorry, Status alive. T-Tigers might drop here. Oh, the turret follows suit. Zio, he's locked up. There's some heal. There's a lot of sustain between Zio and Lyra, but that is a nice kill pickup, a nice trade. Keeps hammers in this fight for just a little bit longer.
Yeah, definitely a good spot for them to be able to pick up a kill on the T-Tigers. Pretty sizable bounty for Holy behind D'Enzio. Kestrel making short work of that Blackfeather, and now Poli missing some glimmer shots. Unable to find... Oh! Merciless pursuit into the one-shot, one-kill. Poli finds another kill.
Yeah,
now about to start up this gold mine here shortly. T-Tigers is in his backs. No idea this is going on.
He's going to know pretty soon. He's looking to try to get this. He actually looks to go in right now. Does he get it? Oh, he gets stunned up. Stunned again. I love the Echo use. He's not going to get the gold mine. Oblivion just for zoning to throw it back. This is, in my opinion, a better use of the Echo for Chicken right now. Until they can get even, just keeping T-Tiger stunned up for as long as you can will help reduce some of the damage coming out of him, which right now is going to be potent. Of course, that Echo's going to be right back up, of course, with that low cooldown. Should be ready to use when they need that silence repeated. Kraken is up, but the gold lead, it's a little bit more manageable. I mean, Hammers is still in an absolute query right now, because, you know, they are down. It's not 10,000, but it's about 7,000 gold. They definitely stopped the bleeding, but I don't know if it's enough to keep them alive.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see what they do going forward. Especially with Hammers, they've been able to find a couple kills, you know, on the squishy targets when they dive in, but now T-Tigers has actually gone into the Slumbering Husk, so it's not going to be quite so easy to blow up a T-Tigers on that front line. Dienzio has the breaking point completed. Now it is Hammers recalling as they get a glimpse of vision onto Tribe in their side of the jungle.
Yeah, they didn't want Tribe just to push in. Basically uncontested into that last crystal turret. They're gonna get the crystal sentry. There's a nice portal. Stun comes out. The silence, it's blocked. They're gonna get another silence. So silence on to the Enzio. He's gonna reflex block that final one. It goes in. Look at the sustain. Unbelievable. Gets the assassination. Now it's just chicken left, but let's be honest, the Denominate, this is the end of the game.
This is very likely going to be the end of the game for sure, as Tiger and the crew of Tribe are hunting down chicken. That's an ace. One turret standing between them and a victory, and they will close this one out. So that will be Tribe moving on to day number 2. I think this prize has absolutely nobody. But, you know, Hammers came in, put a really good effort, was able to find, you know, quite a few kills, actually. I think this game specifically was a lot closer than I thought it was going to be. So, overall, you know, not too bad of a performance.
Amazing performance for Tribe. And unfortunately, you know, the Limping Hammer is not able to put something together with, you know, last-minute roster adjustments that they had to make. Did the best they could, and that is all she wrote.